Barak Yehovah, Barak Yehovah Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Grahak Vadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honor to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh by Shema Shah, trying to put a spiritual bug and you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up by Esau and Amalek. Won't play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability. Say whatever God say through spirit and power. Yahweh by Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Karhak Kadash, Lord willing be on me. Let's get it.
Ben Shapiro, I'll beat you. Look, if you mess with Candace Owens, I promise you, if you lay one little greasy finger on Candace Owens, I'm going to beat you.
So there's been a lot of hubbub, if that people still say that term, about the UFC fighter, the middleweight champion, not being invited to the UFC event at the White House because he's anti-Israel. But now we got Bryce Mitchell. So he's got some words for Ben Shapiro. So this is, I would be careful. All I'm saying is Ben can rip off his eyebrows and whip them around like a cross between woodchucks and nunchucks. Just to let you know. Okay, here we go.
I tell you right now, fuck you, Ben Shapiro. I'll beat your ass. And look, if you mess with Candace Owens, I promise you, if you lay one little greasy finger on Candace Owens, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to roll up on you, shirts off. I'm going to have the twins with me. We're going to beat your ass because you mess with Candace Owens. We're going to be looking shirts off, me in the middle. We're going to look like a 6-foot-tall Oreo coming at you, buddy. We're going to stomp your ass to the ground. Don't you mess with Candy, baby. I'm telling you right now, I don't like Ben Shapiro. I'll say it to his face. Bring him on the show. Because he wants Christian people in this country that he already steals their tax dollars off of. He's part of this corrupted government. He's a piece of shit just like the rest of them. He wants us to go die to bomb Muslim kids for his Jewish people because he's too scared to do it. How come Ben Shapiro, since he's all about this war, how come he don't sign up for the army?
Yeah, how come is that? Seeing his small head ass wearing motherfucker over there, one of those eyebrows. Shit. Yeah, on big ass eyebrows. Use on big ass eyebrows to shield them bullets coming at his head. Shit. Anyway,
he's a bitch.
I'm
straight up.
These Whoa, that's some pretty strong words. I bet Ben Shapiro is better.
He's not wrong.
He is not wrong. I'm saying I agree with him. Just got to watch out if he rips off his eyebrows and comes at you. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't think it was on the table for Ben to lay a hand on Candace Owens. I think she could beat him up.
I think so too.
He's being funny though. That guy. That seemed like to me.
Here's that guy Strickland who got this is the guy who was banned. And so let's hear what he has to say.
I think the white man's going to do it. Although Stern has a little Jewish ring to it. I've never met too many Jews that are tough.
You did or didn't?
I don't. A lot of Jews that come into the gym, like, I love you guys, but
there's not a lot of Jewish fighters, are there?
I don't know why. They just like,
they weak.
I don't know, man. Maybe they're just so used to bombing kids, you know. It doesn't translate.
Oh,
bam!
Maybe because Krav Maga doesn't work.
Yeah, it's weak.
So that's I think she got a little scared when he said that.
Yeah.
What show is this? Is that a UFC show? What is this? That looks like Monster drink, right? They're definitely sponsored by Monster. Does it say UFC on her?
Yeah, it's UFC right there.
UFC, and then she doesn't seem happy about that. Maybe I say he needs to go into the ring with Randy Fine. Randy Fine doesn't go to a gymnasium; he goes to a Mayo-nasium. If you know what I'm talking about, come on. Randy Fine's got that never-fail technique of falling on you, which requires an excavation team and rescue dogs to get you out. That's Randy Fine. That's his secret trick.
Max Baer was a Jewish, that boxer.
Max Baer. Okay.
That's the famous guy.
He was tough. So maybe he's wrong about that. Anyway, just wanted to show you. I thought that was funny. I thought I'd show it to you. Everybody, come see me on tour. I'll be in Spokane, Tacoma, Los Angeles.
Ladies and gentlemen, twice yearly prep.
All right, well, this is actually quite stunning, but Bari Weiss, a strongly pro-Israel, pro-Trump aligned editor now running CBS News for the Ellison family, is expected to gain major editorial control over CNN when the Ellisons merger with Warner Brothers Discovery. So basically, the Ellisons own right now Paramount Skydance. They're trying to merge with Warner Brothers Discovery, which is CNN's parent company. And if that goes through, which it's supposed to do later on this year, then they're planning on putting Bari Weiss, who was essentially unknown before the Ellisons decided to tap her to run CBS News. They now have her running CBS News, and they're going to have her running CNN, which is absolutely stunning. The Ellisons, they effectively took over CBS News last August 2025 when David Ellison, the son of Larry Ellison, his Skydance merged with and acquired Paramount Global, which owns CBS, in a deal that was approved by Trump's FCC, and it was completed on August 7th of 2025. And through that Paramount Skydance vehicle, the Ellison family now controls a huge amount of the media as it is. This is before the merger they're expected to do later on this year. So they own CBS.
Well, they being on CBS. Come on, man. Well, the Ellisons on CBS. But it's always been Paramount, Viacom, it's always been known to be owned by the small hat people for the longest. And they try to make it seem like they don't own but just that. The hell, they try to make it seem like they don't even never owned it. But they did. They have owned CBS, Paramount for the longest. They just pretty much pass it on down to another small hatter. That's all. That's all they're doing. And probably the person who owned it probably related to Larry Ellison. They just passing on to them. Inheritance. I don't know. But I can tell you there's always been small hatters. And hell, they own all these other news outlets. Shit. And how come you can't never say anything bad about them motherfuckers in these major news outlets? Because they own them.
And its cable brands, which include MTV, Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, BET, Paramount Pictures, and if regulators approve their pending $111 billion takeover for Warner Brothers Discovery, they're also going to then own HBO, CNN, and a wide range of Warner cable channels as well. So essentially owning a huge, huge chunk of the media. And for whatever reason, they've decided that Bari Weiss is the person that they want running these companies. And basically acting as the editor-in-chief, which is just absolutely stunning because, the news business is supposed to be, theoretically, right, the Founding Fathers made the First Amendment, free speech, the First Amendment, because the news business is supposed to hold power accountable. That's what it is meant to do. It's supposed to tell you the truth about your own government. If the government's corrupt, if the government's doing something wrong, the news business is supposed to tell you about that. And now it's being publicly handed over to a group of Zionist ideologues, and we're all just supposed to accept it. Have you noticed how the billionaire
You're supposed to.
class always does this? They spend years telling us ordinary people something is dangerous, stupid, reckless, and then and guess strategy really is, again, very interesting about her is a lot of people on the right are championing this, saying, "Oh, right, Bari Weiss is getting in there." But yes, she's a major Zionist. Yes, she supports Israel, but she's also ultra woke. She's married to a woman. She is all about,
Now wait a minute. She ultra Zionist. Well, I guess she's a small hatter. But then she's married to a woman. So, that's already against the Bible. And I'm like, anyway. I ain't even going to go there. Because I'm going to say that these people are not the people anyway. Because these motherfuckers are same-sex marriage. They do these fucking small-hat niggas do all this same-sex marriage, faggot, dyke shit. And they supposed to be the holy people of the Bible. Goodness gracious. They ain't even trying hard to do to put on an act like they are holy. They just all over the place. They all over the fucking place, man, for real.
The LGBT community, which I'm for that too. I mean, I'm.
Well, bitch, you gonna die. Hell, you gonna die anyway because you a heathen. When you all for the LGBTQ shit, you gonna die, nigga. The Lord ain't with that fucking shit.
I'm just saying that the people on the right, what I find interesting about this is people who are very much on the right, and they're like, oh, we don't like all this wokeness, and Bari Weiss is kind of a champion.
Yeah, people on the right, they fucking freaks too.
Of a lot of wokeness, but she's also somebody who's pushed back against a lot of wokeness as well. There have been a lot of things that I've agreed with Bari Weiss on, actually, and she's had a lot of sensible positions. But
I don't give a fuck. Anyway, you want to watch the rest of the video, be my guest, go to title, go to channel. I just ain't feeling it for. But anyway, they got control over the media. And soon they're gonna shut this shit off, especially with this trying to shut down the truth. But I mean, it's really the Lord that's shutting down the truth, or shutting down the truth from. Pretty much, I'm saying it's the famine of the word. This is gonna lead to a famine of the word. Next video.
We thought for a minute that the President of the United States was going to back off, that maybe, just maybe, a deal was going to be made. And as we know, you get so close, and yet you're so very, very far away. And then you wonder, why does the president do things like this? Of all the things that he could be doing right now, within a matter of hours after reinstituting the bombing efforts against the Iranian people, he does this at the White House yesterday.
This was a special token of affection given by myself and the First Lady to Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel. And it's a key. We call it a key to the White House.
Well, listen, the reality is that, Netanyahu, he's...
That fucking points. This nigga got a key to the White House from the front door, the fucking, the back door, the side door. He got the alarm system key pad. He got the keys for the alarm system. Yeah, he got the keys to the underground dungeon underneath the White House where they store all their children. Yeah, and they go molesting and shit and raping. He got a key to all that shit in the White House. Nigga, please. That nigga ain't never shit. Whatever.
He comes to the White House quite often, very often, even in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping with one of my mistresses. And you know what ends up happening? It's a really inconvenient thing. I just told him, listen, I'm going to make you a spare key. You can have your own bedroom. Just don't bother me in the middle of the night. If you could do that for me, it would be really great. And so I got him his key, and he really appreciates it. It's a beautiful key made out of real gold. Fantastic, really great. And so now maybe these problems will go away, right? I mean, I've done everything I can for him. I don't know what more I can do. And so he gives him a key to the White House, the key to Washington, D.C. Well, at least they've made it official. And
it's a key to our country and to our hearts.
A key to our country and our hearts.
Key to the country, shit. This nigga been got a key to the country.
Think about it. What in the ever-loving hell is this? In fact, who's the actual president? Who is the person that's actually controlling this? This is an incredibly horrific look. And a sinister look, no less. And that level of propaganda runs very deep. So as bad as this is, you would ask yourself, what would possess the president to sit down and continue to cuck himself to this bastard? Well, they both are, but in this case, we all know who's getting pegged, and it sure as hell ain't Netanyahu. Well, you have one stooge, and now you have the other. In the case of Itamar Ben-Gvir, when questioned about making a deal with Iran.
השר בן גביר, אתה חושב שהסכם רע לישראל, כמו שטראמפ עלול להביא לאיראן, יפגע בגוש הימין בבחירות הקרובות?
קודם כל יש דבר, מה שנקרא, שהוא הדבר האמיתי, זה חיי אדם. הסכם רע למדינת ישראל יכול לפגוע בחיי אדם. אני יודע שראש הממשלה נתניהו, וכולנו, כחברי קבינט, גם קבינט מצומצם, גם קבינט רחב, גם כממשלת ישראל, לא ניתן לדבר הזה לקרות. הסכם רע זה הסכם שיכול לפגוע במדינת ישראל, ואנחנו לא ניתן לדבר הזה לקרות. הסכם רע לא יהיה, לא יכול לפגוע בחיי אדם. אני יודע שראש הממשלה נתניהו, וכולנו, כחברי קבינט, גם קבינט מצומצם, גם קבינט רחב, גם כממשלת ישראל, לא ניתן לדבר הזה לקרות. הסכם רע.
So you can see it right here. When asked why or can we have any type of a deal with Iran, and this isn't even a question of a deal with Iran and Israel. This is a question of a deal between Iran and the United States. And Gvir is saying, and I quote, Israel will not allow that to happen. Is that so? Well, what exactly are you going to do to prevent the U.S. and Iran from having any type of an agreement? Could there be a Samson option on the table? Could there be a threat of actual attacks against our own people, of which I am already convinced beyond any doubt that has been done repeatedly? We have no idea how many of our American soldiers that are fighting on behalf of Israel are already dead, which I'm sure there are plenty. And we are never going to know anything about this until way, way, way into the future, probably when most of these guys are dead, as is often the case, like with JFK's assassination. You don't find out anything until they're long gone.
All right, anyway, you want to watch the rest of it, that go channel, that go title of the video. Let's get to the next one. Wrong one, man.
Whether you're a contractor or a...
God damn, that fucking YouTube load up so slow.
Instead of trying to control the whole world and trying to somehow manage what's happening in this big blob of Wikipedia and social media, we can go directly to the companies with clear technical and advocacy solutions for the first time. there is a path to correcting the digital world.
She is flat out saying they want to control the narrative and limit access to information that would make them look bad, and that they.
Oh yeah, famine of the word. Yep. Another video. I haven't watched any of these videos, so I don't know what they expect or what they say. But yeah, man, famine of the word. They've been doing this shit for the longest, but they want to make sure they have absolute control, especially using AI. Yep.
Will pressure AI companies to program their services differently so they can
control the narrative, because they're losing the narrative. People finding out what's what, and that's through the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah, using his prophets, men of the Lord worldwide, exposing this devil, who he truly is. Esau Edom, so-called white man, but he ain't white. He's raised a baby dick sucker, Jewish faggot nigger, Amalek, and it's also exposing you other heathen nations. You niggas are getting played right now, and a lot of you niggas are getting fatigued. Talking about some black fatigue and all that shit, nigga. Y'all niggas getting fatigued, getting exposed, nigga. And the Lord plaguing you fucking hoe ass niggas. But anyway, it ain't just so-called black folks, you know. I'm getting fatigue on everybody. I hate everybody, motherfucker. I hate these so-called black folks. I love Israelites, though. You Hebrew Israelite. I hate you damn so-called white folk, Chinese folk, African booty scratching folk. Shit. But I love you Israelites. Especially the ones who seeking Yahweh Shemal Shah. But anyway, what I'm about to say. Yeah, man, these devils being exposed, and that's why they doing this. And I mean, they also being exposed by their own people, tongue fall upon themselves, and these truthers. But ultimately, you being exposed by the prophets of Yahweh Shemal Shah, nigga, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah. And that's why they got to do this. What they're doing right now, they have to do it. But it's ultimately the will of the Lord, because the Lord gonna have the word, the truth to be gone from the ears of the people, and then they're gonna be all hell breaking loose in this bitch.
Control the whole digital world.
See, you know, earth is given to the hands of the wicked, and look what we're doing. Amalek, trying to sit and control everything.
Chris Mahanahan, he tweets out so they're having the AJC conference, and this is when the Jews that rule the world.
Yeah, and the earth giving their hands to the wicked. Who that be? Amalek. Well, Esau, he so-called white man, but he ain't white. He's reigning as a baby dick sucking Jewish faggot nigger. Amalek.
Are letting you know that they do. You can't say that. They don't. Because that would be anti-Semitic to say that they do.
But it's okay for when they say it. Yeah, it's okay for them to say it. And what was that video I playing that the brother was talking about Amalek's present in Japan? How they was there, the Amorites was like talking about how these big nose niggas were known to talk about wanting to rule the world and all that shit. Heck yeah.
And that they control world.
Matter of fact, what I was talking about, let me see if I can find that video. That I did in the past Esau Amalek video. I think it was some days ago. I'll just make sure, where is it? Find it. If you find a thumbnail, it should be a thumbnail of the Contour Mash. Yeah, that's it right there. Well, that's my video, but I'm just using bruh video as material. Oh, here you go. Here go the video. There's Amalek being revealed in Japan as a demon. Yeah, the small hat demon. I don't know how you spell his name. Well, spell his name, pronounce his name, I meant to say. But that's how you pronounce bruh name. Check that video, it's edifying. Or even go to the one I'm on my channel. You'll find the video there. I'll play in the whole video. Skip out to this one.
Control the world banking. They control the world of politics. They
control porn industry. Hell, from America to whatever porn shit that's in the other parts of the country. They control that shit too.
Control the world war. They don't, because that's. I'm not saying that's. But let's listen to what
it's facts.
Say. AI presents an incredible opportunity for Jews because instead of trying to control the whole world and manage social media, we can go directly to the companies with advocacy. So who says that? Dr. Maya Ackerman tells the American Jewish Committee. For the first time, let's listen. I want to listen. Let's listen.
Where do you see genuine opportunity? How can AI help improve Jewish representation in all these issues?
The really cool thing about AI is that while it can become a great ally for our enemies, if we act early, it can be exactly the opportunity that we need. After missing the boat with social media, AI is now becoming the dominant source of information, the main source of information. People trust AI more than anything else. They trust AI more than social media. They turn to chatbots like ChatGPT and Gemini instead of using Google. And young people use these bots instead of Google in very, very, very large numbers. So this is becoming the main.
They want them to use Google because they control that Google shit. And they like, y'all need to stop using Google. And what it pretty much gonna come down to is they gonna just shut this shit down. They're gonna have to shut it all down. And I guess either shut it down and bring it back up or not bring it back up in. Hell, they gonna shut the internet down, especially the internet gonna be working when the power goes out. I mean, I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I know the light's gonna go out and the internet gonna be out. Pretty much, yeah. Anyway.
Source of information, okay? And so when I say this, I still find Jewish people being discouraged. They say, oh, but Wikipedia is already so anti-Semitic and social media is so anti-Semitic. Why bother? The AI just learns from all of this data. So, you know, whatever. Not much we can do. But that's not true. Because over the past 2 years, the AI companies have been moving towards alignment. So instead of the algorithms sort of honestly representing what's in the data, we're finding that these chatbots and the text-to-image models are increasingly showing us exactly what the companies want us to see, okay? So it's becoming intentional, which means that instead of trying to control the whole world and trying to somehow manage what's happening in this big blob of Wikipedia and social media, we can go directly to the companies with clear technical and advocacy solutions. For the first time, there's a path to correcting the digital world.
Thank you, Maya. Yeah.
I'm 52 years old. Last month, I caught my wife crying in the bathroom because I couldn't get hard in bed. She wouldn't even...
What the fuck?
even look at me anymore.
It's AI, but I mean, come on.
We're basically roommates. So I tried it.
So what she's saying is that we're going to control the information because we're going to control the companies that decipher the information for you, that present. That's what that was.
Is she from another planet where everybody universally loves AI and they're going to believe if AI starts telling you Israel's good, it's going to convert people that don't have money for gas and food? And I mean, where are they from, these people? None of that makes sense. Social media, I can't go on X at all without seeing a million Israel bullshit things.
So it's probably safe to assume that when we're told that AI has gone rogue and has decided to get rid of almost all of humanity, that it's really just the Israeli intelligence operators manipulating it to do so, right?
Yeah.
So, and we're just not going to ignore the man behind the curtain anymore. This isn't Oz.
Yeah, I'm going to say Wizard of Oz. And just like they set up AI to discriminate on you Israelites, mainly you so-called blacks. Yep. Yeah, there was a video about that. Another one on the list, been discriminated, been locked up, falsely accused. The police never investigated to see if AI was right, and they just said immediately, let's go get him. Because AI says that he's guilty, and he turned out to be innocent, accused of a crime he didn't commit, and he was in jail for some months and shit. Lost his house, lost his family, lost his job, he lost everything. And now, whatever.
And we aren't on the yellow brick road. Unless you're working for TMZ, then you have to join the Lollipop Guild. Noticing expert says, oh my God, could you show this? Oh my God, I don't get how they can say things like this on stage in front of a camera and there isn't outrage or pushback.
Well, reason why? Because these people got the people stuck on stupid. These Americans are damn stupid now. I guess this was spoken in Atlanta, but it said AJC, so I'm guessing Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Or I don't know. It probably was in Atlanta. But because these people are stupid. I mean, you got people in other countries at an uproar, well, prices going up, taxes going up. These Americans, these Babylonians, they'd be at an uproar if they start doing something with the food. No, not doing something with the food like putting poison in the food. No, if they cut the food supply off. That's the only time where they'd be at an uproar crying. I'm hungry, my stomach hurt, I'm hungry. And that's it. Anyway.
Well, there is outrage, and we're up.
What was the event?
What's that?
The event is Old Jewish Donor Event. So guess what? They're all saying things for old Jewish rich donors, the kind of things boomers and idiots believe who have money. That's why she's saying that nonsense that doesn't apply to reality. I mean, it's cool. We could see
Well, they do. I mean, they bought TikTok. They got CBS News. They got Warner Brothers.
But I mean, they been had all that shit, though.
Old Zionist Jews that are Yabubbi and Zaidi that have money, they have no idea what reality is, and they actually think that Jews are in danger on X from all the anti-Semitism.
I know. Well, so here, noticing expert goes on, she is flat out saying they want to control the narrative and limit access to information that would make them look bad, and that they will pressure AI companies to program their services differently so they can control the whole digital world. It almost
they're gonna do it big time when they get people microchipped. Oh yeah.
sounds like they're insinuating that Israelis are artificial intelligent. They're artificially intelligent. Huh?
Is it artificial Israel is going to run?
Yeah, they're artificially intelligent, high IQ people.
Here is the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, by their own admission, is already doing this, by the way. Let's listen. Here's the ADL guy.
Now, finally, we believe that we can't just throw our hands up and see anti-Semitism as inevitable. If we want to stop it, we've got to change hearts and minds. And that's our third.
So basically, you have to threaten people or intimidate people. And I said threaten, intimidate, threaten, and blackmail them.
Pillar. From protect,
harass the shit out of them.
And advocate to educate. To my mind, to be smart about education, you need to follow the data.
And by the way, nobody's better at changing hearts and minds than what is nothing. And nobody is better at changing hearts and minds.
You know, these motherfuckers ain't got no heart.
Than what Israel has done to the rest of the world in just a matter of 5 years.
Oh, by the way, I'm prejudiced against Muslims. I keep telling everyone this. I'm prejudiced against Islam. I was at 9/11. That's how bad Israel has cocked this up. That I now think they are the main problem. That's amazing.
It's not Israel, it's Amalek that's the main problem.
Have flipped the consensus on their image faster than an Israeli soldier loading his Pampers as soon as they face an opponent who can shoot back.
That's going to become a hostage match.
I ain't going to play no more. If you want to watch the rest of it, they go to the title, they go to the channel.
Our voting rights are under attack. Gun violence is at our door.
I want you to see what a CIA-backed podcast looks like. Now, I know you're thinking, okay, well, how can you tell? Just observe.
Sometimes the world feels like it's on the edge. From conflict in Ukraine and the Middle East
to culture wars dividing us here at home.
From Israel to immigration, it often feels like the West is losing its way.
And we want to explore how we can restore it. And that's why we created The Brink.
I'm Jake Wallace-Simons.
And I'm Andrew Fox. Every week we cut through the noise
to uncover the real implications, the hidden angles, and the questions that others won't ask.
Some weeks it's just us going deep into the stories that matter.
And other weeks we'll be joined by sound voices in politics, current affairs, and culture. People who can help us make sense of where
that matter.
And other weeks we'll be joined by sound voices.
Have you been?
Have you been?
Barry Weiss. Niall Ferguson.
Oh, these are all small headers. These are all small headers.
How about Bernard Henry Levy, Mr. Israel himself?
Make sense of where the world is heading.
New episodes land every Thursday on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that you listen.
And if you want more exclusive content, ad-free listening, bonus...
yeah, one of them, two of them are small headers, but anyway.
Conversations and the chance to interact directly with us.
Then make sure you sign up to our Substack at thebrinkpodcast.co.uk.
We're just getting started.
And we can't wait for you to join us on The Brink.
Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is an example of a podcast that is backed by the State Department. No podcast randomly pops up with two bald-headed blokes from the UK, and their guests are already Barry Weiss, Bernard Henry Levy, and Douglas Have You Been Murray.
I don't know how anyone takes. I do not know how anyone takes that guy seriously. I just don't. He's ridiculous, truthfully.
Well, there's a reason why these stories are pretty serious, because I don't think people truly understand how serious this story is. The Pentagon raised the threat of Israeli spying on U.S. to highest level, sources say. Counterintelligence threat level was raised by the Defense Intelligence Agency in recent weeks after growing concerns that Israeli espionage had become more aggressive than usual. Jen, if you would, please.
Okay, where are we? Okay.
So you mean Amalek is not? Amalek doesn't trust their buddies, America, as much as they give to America. I mean, Amalek to them. Shit. Anyway,
The Pentagon is increasingly concerned about the genocidal entity ramping up its spying on the U.S., recently raising the counterintelligence threat level from America's top ally in West Asia to the highest level, according to 2 U.S. officials and 1 former U.S.
I don't know, I'm surprised they said West Asian. This is Western news. They should say Middle East. Normally, this says West Asia. Wow.
official. Okay, also, guys, media literacy, red flag, officials, unnamed officials, red flag.
Yeah, rumors.
The Pentagon's Defense Intelligence Agency in recent weeks issued the new counterintelligence threat assessment amid rising tensions between the genocidal entity and the U.S. over the way forward in the war with Iran, the officials said. They said the DIA posted an internal message viewed by one of the current officials that raised the level for the genocidal entity to critical. You think? You think it's critical? The designation stems from concerns within the Pentagon that Ziohel is making a particular effort to surveil top U.S. officials to get information on the Trump administration's internal deliberations and decision-making on the conflicts in West Asia, the official said. That's what you want? That's what they want? They want to know about their decision-making? I really don't think there's a whole lot to that. I think they're going to be very sorely disappointed in that process.
Yeah.
The DIA assessment includes a 7-page document and features a chart, according to one of the current U.S. officials. The document says the assessment of Ziohel is that its ability to conduct human espionage and technical collection is at its critical level, according to them. It also identifies a series of specific incidents that heightened U.S. concerns. A spokesperson for Ziohel said in a statement that it is completely false that Ziohel spies on the U.S. Ziohel does not gather intelligence on American entities, let alone U.S. government officials. Ziohel intelligence collection efforts are aimed at its enemies, not its allies.
Well,
Any claims to the contrary are either misinformed or politically motivated.
Yeah,
The Pentagon declined to comment.
of course they did.
A White House official, another nice vague person, said this entire story is false and sourced to someone who does not have any knowledge of what's going on. I would suggest that nobody there knows what's going on. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence, isn't that where Tulsi just said bye-bye? And isn't that, who is that now?
We'll talk about the fact that they put Bill Pulte, a guest.
Exactly. Guys, if you didn't know, Bill Pulte was a guest on our show way back in the early years, talking about, I remember it, talking about philanthropy.
Twitter philanthropy.
And yeah, he was a douche canoe. So, where are we? The Director of National Intelligence did not respond to a request for comment. Shocking. Bill, is it because you're new to the job or you just don't know? Hard to say. While it is commonplace for allies and adversaries across the globe to spy on each other, the current and former U.S. officials said Ziohel's recent efforts have gone well beyond what is typical and expected espionage. The officials did not know if a specific incident triggered the DIA's decision to raise the counterintelligence threat level.
And why do you think that is?
Well, I find fault in even believing any amount of this story. First of all, it's from NBC News. Second of all their sources are unnamed. So we're like, I'm waiting for the third strike on this one. So let's see what other media bias I can come up with here. The heightened alert comes as President Donald Trump and Ziohel Prime Minister Netanyahu have clashed over the war with Iran and Israel's military operation.
I ain't playing no more of this. Anyway, if you want to watch the rest of it, they go to title, they go to channel. Let's get to the next one.
So we did want to get to this extraordinarily disturbing story emerging out of Israeli occupied territories. If we can, you may recall that recently a 7-month-old baby was killed by IDF soldiers. And actually, let's start with, so that people have the IDF's context. Let's start with their statement. That would be A8, because then we now have video of what actually happened. So here's what the IDF had said on June 5th. Earlier today, during operational activity in the area of Hebron, IDF soldiers perceived a vehicle accelerating toward them. Got that? An IDF soldier responded with single shots. We're inventing new phrases here. Single shots. Toward the vehicle. As a result, 3 Palestinians were injured and evacuated for medical treatment. Strongly suggests that the the Israeli soldiers had something to do with this evacuation, by the way. An initial inquiry is an interesting word, found that those injured were uninvolved civilians. The incident is under review, and the findings will be submitted for review by the relevant authorities. The last line is how you know, when you're reading these statements, that something very dark happened. The IDF expresses deep sorrow for any harm caused to uninvolved individuals. Immediately, the reports were that they had shot and killed a 7-month-old baby. B'Tselem, the Israeli human rights organization, has since obtained 2 videos of this attack. And so let's take a look at the footage that B'Tselem has obtained. And so there you see the car that was, quote unquote, perceived to be accelerating toward them. It's nowhere near them. When you see the soldier open fire on it, and there you can see the father holding his murdered son in the street, and then in the hospital. And here is Sam. This is young Sammy before he was killed. The IDF has since told Israeli media that these were young Israeli soldiers. Another thing, as if that somehow exonerates what's going on. Another thing you notice in that video is the complete lack of assistance. What you immediately notice, of course, is a soldier opening fire into a car with a family, a mom, a dad, and a baby, and killing the baby, which has to reflect an extraordinary amount of dehumanization.
Strange. They shot at the car, like, was it multiple rounds? And only the baby got hit. Nobody else got shot. Or they just, and well, either the 2 shots, they bust 1 shot, 2 shots, and yeah, the bullet couldn't just hit the baby. Hey, the Lord make things happen. Yeah, and the judgment from the Yahweh Shema shot. But these damn devils, boy, these motherfuckers ain't playing around. These murderous ass niggers.
Nation going on.
And you see, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about. They don't give a fuck about killing babies. Shit, what you think they gonna do to you Israelites? Well, these baby dick suckers come after the real Lord's people.
Between.
And anybody else coming after you. Shit.
Well, on either side of that.
Esau and Amalek come after you, and these other heathens come after you Israelites. Shit.
Wall. The fact that there was no attempt to help them immediately, like did you see any Israeli paramedics, Israeli soldiers anywhere near the baby as his life bled out of him? No, you did not. They just kind of kept it moving. There have been no arrests made here. For up to me, everyone in the chain of command would be under arrest and held without bond, top to bottom, involved with this. This is 5 days ago. They knew this happened. I made the point also that American police forces, I don't know that they've killed a 7-month-old baby in forever. But when American police officers or ICE officials or CBP, if they kill an American citizen, there are enormous protests in the streets. 2020.
Yeah, but they still get away scot-free.
They saw riots across the country.
Especially if they kill a Jake. Yep.
Or the killing of a grown man.
Sometimes, they get away scot-free. And what's rare is that they have to suffer for their punishment. Yeah, they'll use him as a sacrifice. Yeah, but anyway.
These Israeli forces kill a baby, and there are a handful of people that you'll see protest, perhaps 1 or 2, maybe with standing together. But where's the outcry? Like, your country does this, and you're okay with it? Your country does this and doesn't arrest the people involved, and you're okay with that?
Well, yeah, I think that's actually good.
Well, anyway. Sorry, I'm a little tired right now. Boy, I am sleepy.
This is a 7-month-old child that was killed. 7 months old. The IDF decided that they had to issue a statement regarding this event. Earlier today, during operational activity in the area of Hebron, IDF soldiers perceived a vehicle accelerating toward them. an IDF soldier responded with single shots towards the vehicle. As a result, 3 Palestinians were injured and evacuated for medical treatment. An initial inquiry found that those injured were uninvolved civilians. The incident is under review, and findings will be submitted for review by the relevant authorities. The IDF expresses deep sorrow for any harm caused to uninvolved individuals. Now, why? Why, oh why, would the IDF, which never apologizes for anything, why would they feel the need to have to say anything about the unaliving of a Palestinian? Well, it turns out that it was a 7-month-old infant. And the name of this child, again, I want to get this right. I owe it to the family. And our channel, we owe it to them to do the right thing. And the child's name is Sam. If anybody, again, I don't have time to search for this right now, but if anybody wants to display the child's full name, I will post it. I will let people see. So please put it in the description if you can. This is the child and his father in the hospital.
When the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn.
Sam Fad Abu Hakil. Here's the little boy. Don't lose sight of the fact that the modus operandi of the Zionists is to pretend that these people are not human. Dehumanization is always the key. Don't let people see them for who they really are, which are just innocent children. This is not casualties of war. These are mass murderers. This is what they do. Because their ideology commands them to do it. I have often wondered what it takes to give up your humanity. There's no way that there isn't this thought process amongst a lot of them that think, well, what are we supposed to do? Do we just go along to get along because we need our state? I wonder what Helen Mirren thinks of this. We haven't touched Helen Mirren yet.
All right, let me start right there. If you want to watch the rest of it, they go to title of the channel, they go to video. Or the title of the video, they go to channel. Let's get to this next one with Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld. Man.
Hey, someone's looking confident.
Ow, ow! New groom.
I can't believe we're still talking about him.
Why don't we have to talk about Jerry Seinfeld? I think it's very important. And there were Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, they were everywhere, all over the place. But nobody is worse than Mr. Seinfeld. And so I want to
This might be a hit list thing, I'm just letting you know.
Start this with people who obviously saw what he did after the game. When he was confronted outside, well, when he was confronted, a guy approached him when he was leaving the VIP section of Madison Square Garden and was asked a question. I think you all remember when we covered this from about, we'll say.
Oh, are you playing that again? You're playing the old one?
Barry, can I get a selfie? Sure. Free Palestine!
He said, you motherfucker.
I don't care about Palestine. That's sad.
He says
no, it's not sad. It's psychotic.
Well, here's the thing. He says he doesn't care about Palestine.
But he references Palestine.
He's acknowledging Palestine. This is last night, right after the game.
Oh, Jerry.
What up, Seinfeld? What up? Can we get a free Palestine?
Can we get a free pasta? Give us one free pasta.
Doesn't exist.
I can't.
He look pissed. What you expect, bro? Oh, damn small head ain't gonna give a fuck.
You could tell how much that hurt that guy. I don't even know.
I just can't.
The content creator. But here's what I want to say, which I don't want to have been lost on people. Listen to Jerry one more time. Get a free pasta? Can we get a free pasta? Come on, give us one free pasta.
It doesn't exist.
He is not referring to Palestine that it doesn't exist because of his Zionist Jewish beliefs. He's referring to Palestine doesn't exist because we blew it to smithereens.
No,
that's what
I think the former. No, I don't think so. I think he meant, and look, I by no means am saying anything in defense of this piece of shit. But I do think he is still going with that original Zio trope that there's no such thing as Palestine. That's how it sounded to me more than what you were saying possibly.
I don't agree, and the reason why is because this is not just any rich pro-Israel supporter. This is a guy who went to Zio camp, who went to IDF camp. Like, he's that guy. He has bloodlust, and first of all, because he's an Amalek.
No, it's because he's Amalek, and Amalek don't give a fuck. You might have a little bit of Amalekites. Man, a little. It's rare for them. And Edomites. Pretty much it's all of them Edomites that really care for somewhat of humanity, but the rest of the majority of them, nah, they don't give a fuck. Anyway, let me see what else the other video's about. I don't know about this one. Alright, fuck it, I'll play it. No, I don't know. Should I? Alright, fuck it, I will.
Cool any room in 90 seconds with this NASA-engineered affordable device. It's smaller than a toaster. Cools any...
The newest threat in the United States? Well, apparently it is us, like all of us. It's the quote-unquote anti-tech extremists who are threatening the billionaire class.
Okay, yeah, I ain't gonna play this. I'm gonna play this next. Where we at?
Okay, so I've talked about America, I've talked about the West, I've talked about that culture, I've talked about that history, I've talked about that system. And I've talked about so-called white people, so-called whiteness, and so on. I've talked about you, but I haven't really talked to you, to so-called white people.
Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny? Oh, wait a minute. Well, I just noticed something. Who would say so-called white people? The Hebrew Israelites. Pretty much the GMS, starting with GMS. I would say the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shah. But GMS. They talk about, Great Millstone talk about the so-called white man. Where the hell he get this from? Now, I ain't never heard he just say white man. But now it's the so-called white man now? Yeah, because he probably been listening.
People who, you know, those human beings who are categorized as white in your society and who categorize themselves and see themselves as belonging to that category, that artificial, fabricated, fake category. I mean, it is a fake category.
Yeah.
But you treat it as real in your society, and that
and saying that they're so-called white, but you ain't gonna say who they truly are. You're not gonna biblically call them who they biblically are known as. Edomites. Same as them baby dick sucking Jewish faggot fuckers. Edomites, Amalekites. You ain't gonna say that, but well, whatever. Let the video play.
ends up making it real, like I said, because you put it into the mentality of the people who are in that category or whatever category, and the people who are excluded from that category. You treat people differently because of it. And now, because of that different treatment, there's different historical experiences because of that fake category. So I want to talk to you directly now. Not about you, not at you, but to you, two so-called white people. Sometimes, honestly, I wish that I could...
And plus, they're not white, they're red. They like your shade, like brush shade. Yeah, because you're going to have people of different nations they're going to have. This is all about different... It doesn't define you. Being red or pinkish, skin color or brown doesn't define who you are. It's your spirit. You might look like say for the Israelites, somebody, he could be an Israelite himself, using him as an example, a speckled bird. You're going to have people that look like so-called black folks you thinking as an Israelite could actually be a heathen. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it just like remind me of that TV show, what was it, on Black Mirror, the last season. It was the first episode of the last the most recent season of Black Mirror, where the episode where Quincy Jones' daughter, Rashida Jones, on the show, and she the one to get the brain chip implant. The funny thing about her, and you got Tracy Ross, Diana Ross' daughter, she on the show. She's selling the microchip implant. Now, when it comes to the actual actresses, the people, what's her name? Quincy Jones' daughter, Rashida Jones, she's an Israelite. And she looked like a so-called white woman. A brown-skinned white woman. And cause she gets brown when she like in the summertime. But anyway, she looked like a straight-up white chick. But she's actually an Israelite. And the trippy thing is that Tracy Ross could be an Edomite. A chocolate Edomite. Ain't that some shit? And you will look at Tracy Ross as like more looking like a so-called black woman, or either an Israelite more than the other chick. But anyway, let me get back to the video. I'm just talking.
I really wish that I was truly fluent.
And it's funny that, man, I was just looking at it. It's funny that Tracy Ross, her character is selling her a brain. The woman, Tracy Ross, possibly an Edomite, selling Rashida Jones, that's definitely an Israelite, the brain chip. Anyway,
in another language, because even speaking English, using the terms and using the words that are used in this type of a discussion, when you talk about so-called race and what have you, it almost makes it impossible to discuss it correctly, because all of the terms that you use in a discussion like this have connotations and have concepts that are attached to them. And those concepts and those connotations do nothing but muddy the discourse. So you end up bringing the misconceptions and bringing the falsehoods the moment you use the words, the moment you use the terminology. Again, words like white or black or race or what have you. I mean, just using the terms indirectly.
But what are they though? If they're not white, I mean they're physically or visually, you see they're red. You see underneath their skin, the blood underneath their skin. Their skin is, I say, translucent or whatever the hell, where you can see light can pass through it. Yeah, you can see the blood underneath their skin, and they don't have something like melanin underneath. I mean, they have melanin in their skin, pigment or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, they lack of melanin. But if they're not white, then what are they? Because all that shit is nothing but psychological. They try and portray themselves as being wholesome and innocent, when their history proves that they're evil as fuck. They're really the true black people, and people being called black, they're not black, they're fucking brown. And the reason why they done that shit, because it's all psychological. You don't see Indian people, because you got some dark ass Indian folks, they don't call themselves black. You got some dark ass fucking, well, you got some Japanese people. Some of them could be Jake, but then some of them not Jake. Or them Israelites, or Ishmael, Elam, whatever, Indian, or them sand niggas. Yeah, you got some brown skin, or some of them African booty scratchers. Yeah, you got some true Hamites. They don't call themselves black. Shit, a lot of them niggas don't call themselves black. But anyway, I'm just running my mouth.
Or implicitly validates those concepts.
But like saying, when you I mean, they gave us that title of black because it's all psychological, and it means negative, evil, dark, sinister, not trustworthy, just negative. And they only do that shit because we're the people, we're part of the Lord's people. Now you got the Latinos, so-called Native Indians, they're the Lord's people too. But when it comes to, they fuck with Judah and the pretty much the Southern Kingdom that's typically being called black. They'll fuck with us the most because we supposed to be setting what mainly Judah's supposed to set up. We're the backbone of Israel, pretty much, if that's the right way to say it. Judah is like the backbone of Israel. Yeah, damn, my shoe falling to pieces. Oh, motherfucker, it is falling to pieces. These fucking shit ass shoes, motherfucker. I gotta put some glue on these damn. I was like wondering what the hell going on with my shoes. It feel funny, like it's flopping. The back heel of my shoe. I ain't never had issues before. Probably haven't worn them shoes in so long. They probably just sitting in the closet. I don't know. Well, anyway, I gotta try to put some glue on these suckers.
It's very limited. So the most that I can do is to add so-called at the beginning and at the front end to try to avoid the inadvertent validation on the back end. It's exhausting, subhanAllah. It's exhausting to speak of these things.
The best way to do it, say call them Edomites. That's the right way.
any degree of accuracy or any degree of precision using the English language. It's very difficult. It's a minefield. But yes, I want to talk to so-called white people. And I can do that in a way that most people who make the types of arguments that I do make, most people can't do it. And I can do it for a very specific reason, because I am classified as one of you. I'm classified as one of you in your category. I'm Irish-German. As I've said,
nigga, it ain't about, I don't know if he's going by appearance, but it's not about, it's your spirit. It's your father, wherever your father was, as whatever nation you are. But anyway.
Many times. I mean, I've seen people in the comment section inventing a black grandfather for me, or saying that I'm so-called mixed or biracial or what have you. But no, I have no ancestors that did not come from Europe. I know where my family came from. I know when they came over to America. I know my.
Do you know the lineage of your father? Do you know the lineage of your father? Was he an Israelite?
It's very well, alhamdulillah.
Because it's more than just where you from, and it's about your blood and your spirit. Who are you? That's how you. Anyway.
So by the fabricated racial taxonomy of America, that in America they use to organize human beings, I am so-called white. I grew up inside of that experience, inside of the experience of being so-called white in America. Also,
he could pass as that.
Being poor, which is not a fake.
Hell, I got an uncle that looked like this dude, straight up. His name is, well, I don't want to say his name. It start with an L. Fuck it, Lucius. Yeah, I got an uncle named Lucius, look just like this dude. He down shoulder, he a country ass nigga. He looked like him too. He looked like the dude.
Also, being the son of divorced parents, which is not a fake category, and obviously belonging to those, poverty and being a child of a single mother, that impacted my experience in that country as well. But again, even those experiences, I was treated according to the so-called white category. I moved through that.
See, the thing is, they go by. Well, anyway, I am not gonna play the rest of this video because he's talking about his past history. I don't even know what he about to get into. I thought he about to get into some heavy shit right at the beginning, but I ain't gonna play no more. I'm just curious about it. I'll have to catch the rest of this video later and some other time. I might not even never. But if you want to watch the rest of it, what is this about? I guess I'll put that. But if you want to watch the rest of it, they go to the title, they go to the channel. Let me get into the description. I've been talking a whole lot, but I ain't even got into anything to read. Let me go ahead and read. I'm tripping, bro. Doing what I'm about to say. Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh have sworn that the Lord Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. There, and you clearly see the war with Amalek has been going on. It's getting stronger and stronger. Amalek is losing his war, and he got to go to the point of buying up social media so he can control the narrative. Cause so much shit anti-Semitic. This nigga about to lose his damn breath. Shit, what else? Buying up social media platforms, which really no point because he already own all this shit anyway. Damn, this shoe is starting to fall to pieces too. Man, all these damn, god damn, nigga. I just worn these shoes for about maybe a couple of months and they already falling to pieces. Shit, but anyway, I gotta get some glue on these suckers. I don't know what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use something. But what else I about to say? Yeah, Amalek buying up this and that and shit. And then they gonna start passing laws with saying that if you say anything bad about these small head niggas, then your ass gonna get arrested. If you threaten the AI data centers, your ass gonna get arrested. If you speak bad about the AI data centers, you gonna get arrested. And plus, what else they gonna do? Just pretty much, they gonna just do things. Yep. Numbers chapter 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nation, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So this is almost over for that nigga, especially Esau altogether. Because Amalek ain't just, he's a different tribe, but on the same nation as the Edomites. They're all Edomites anyway. And the shit is coming to an end for all of them. Let me get one more and close it out. Man, it's hot. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth by using his prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, with even him who's coming after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. And who that coming after all power, signs, and lying wonders? After the working of Satan, that'd be Esau, Edom, so-called white man, but he ain't white, he's red, he's a baby dick sucking Jewish faggot nigger Amalek. And that's all I got to say, man. But the shit's coming to an end. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of that fall. And no people that are not Jacob. They claiming they Jacob for the longest. They stole our identity. Had you people in ultimately the Lord had us in a delusional state of mind, or either lost in the sauce, but using Esau to do so. But now the Lord is starting to lift up that veil for certain individuals of Israel and showing us the truth. And now it's up to us to keep our faith and trust in the Lord, and some other men to prophesy, warning the rest of Israel to seek Yahweh Shema Shah and repent. And if you don't, then you just don't, and your ass get destroyed. Anyway, that's all I got to say. But seek Yahweh Shema Shah by seeking his prophets, and take heed of what to say, and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying to Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting of Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preach, keep on teach, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and bless to the whole full lake, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.